Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get to work. All right, first thing we got to do, quick snap. We'll get this engine back in. Quick snap and it'll go back in. That didn't work, so I guess we gotta actually do something now. Welcome back, guys. We're back and we're going to be working on the engine here. Just doing time about water pump maintenance stuff. All this stuff's kind of old on the car and the gates belts look kind of rough. So we're going to get all this new stuff installed. All OEM Mitsubishi this time. Put on our dampener. We'll get that. Our 12-tooth trigger. Get all that installed. We also need to go over to the cam side. I have to get this cam sensor installed. Going to like a 97 plus 2G. So I have to drill and tap the cam. We'll go over that when we get there. Got a few things on the firewall I need to kind of clean up before the engine goes back in. So we'll try to get all that done and then shove this engine back in. Probably won't do a time lapse on that, but we'll get you there. So yeah, stay tuned. Oh my god. Well, fuck. Should've known that was gonna make a big fucking mess. Alrighty, got all the old stuff off. Got the new water pump on and both pulleys. Working on this Kiggly 12-tooth trigger kit. And the kit comes with everything. Comes with the mount for the sensor, and then you can get it with or without the sensor, which is factory Mitsubishi Hall effect sensor. Here's the trigger wheel we'll be replacing. Comes with all the hardware and even some shims. So you have to measure this and shim it out. I'll show you that in here in a second. So basically just a quick thing. You have to, you don't run balance shaft belts, so this will be gone. So that's one bolt. The other bolt is right up here. You'll bolt in the this cam sensor deal. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then actually pull this off of here. This is the old backing plate, trigger wheel, and then this gets replaced. Self-explanatory, really easy. And then I also have marked the timing where it needs to be. I put a little Sharpie mark on mine, and it has both on there. Don't remember the 2G ones here somewhere. So we'll get everything else installed and get back with you. Get it all bolted up, and the sensor properly shimmed. I ended up using 2 of them for what I have. I got a let's see, 0.028 shim that just barely kind of goes in there. So looks like we're good there with the spacing. And then he does have a harness that would plug into a factory one. I may end up making my own adapter harness and then routing it once I get the timing belt on and figuring that out. So yeah, there's that installed onto the timing belt. Alright, got our cam sensor ready to go in. All the 97 stuff. I got it, the cam drilled and tapped. First, before we go over that, just want to let you know how big of an idiot I am. You probably shouldn't listen to my terrible advice. So you got to drill and tap the cam. Since they're older GSC cams, it doesn't have the provision to bolt in this tone wheel you have to put in. So I had to do that, but it's actually kind of tapered, so it's not that bad. You have to take the cam out, or you know, I may or may not have taken the cam out and drilled it and tapped it while it's in the head. But that's not why I'm an idiot. Well, that's one reason. I actually grabbed this tap, and I thought it said 8 by 125. I probably need my eyes checked. It doesn't, if you can see that. It says 9 by 125. Nobody makes bolts for 9 mil by 125. At least not easily acceptable. So, drilled it out bigger. Ended up using the helicoil kit, helicoiling it to get it to fit. So, what I do is install this. This is a 97 plus tone wheel. Goes in, and we had to cut off actually one of the legs per the Kiggly racing instructions. So this will go in. Well, actually, we'll show that here in a second. So that goes in there. Got our cam sensor, which is the same one as the crank sensor we have down there. So we'll get all that in, bolted in real quick. All right, got everything in. So very easy bolt-on affair after you drill and tap the cam. So got it in there, got the sensor mounted, and basically you just got to put this cap on, and then you're done. And you can use a factory housing. You don't have to buy this billet one, but I mean, who wants a crusty 1997 housing when you can buy this nice FTY billet piece so you can get black or polished? Of course I went with black, because black is the best color. Alright guys, we're finally ready to put this timing belt on. I say finally because it took me a couple weeks to get this crank pulley sorted out, mainly because I'm an idiot. And so first off, went to buy an installer kit. I bought this ATI kit, which I forgot to send back the instructions, but I got a refund anyways. ATI, I figured, you know, It's an ATI pulley by the ATI install kit. I'm an idiot. Didn't double check it. It doesn't have the right adapter. And they don't make an adapter because I looked and I tried. So then I ended up buying this Summit kit that said it had the right adapter. You can see the part number. And that came, guess what? Doesn't have the right adapter. Super. So finally I just went like, I don't know, 50 feet that way to Harbor Freight like I should have in the first place, and bought this pulley install kit. That's the one you need if you have a DSM. And it has a whole bunch of other stuff for other installers. So anyways, that's installed. Ready to put this timing belt on and then get this back in the car. So let's go ahead and get this belt on. Look, I found it. Alright, got her timed. It was taking me too long because I suck. So it took me a couple tries. A few tries, whatever. But it's all in here. Everything's in time. There are marks. Even the oil pump, even though it's got a balance shaft delete. And it's really hard to see the mark there. So, all good there. Old grenade pin. Slides in and out. Don't even have to spit on it. And just for good measure, feeler gauges go in. Spun it around, let it sit for 15 minutes. It's all good, ready to go. So go ahead and put everything else back on. I did end up recovering this Kiggly adapter harness, or extension harness, I guess it would be. Put a DTM connector on it, put Raychem DR25 on it. So not exactly sure I'm going to route it, but it's going to come out of the cover. I cut a little spot out here for it to come out, and it'll probably wrap around the bottom. So go ahead and get a cover on this, get all the pulleys. I got everything in here torqued down. Click, 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 click. And that's ready to go. So we'll get to that other stuff. All right, there's everything back on. Got the dampener on there, and then I actually finally put this Evo Spec Performance water pump pulley on. It is an overdrive pulley. Had it for a little while and just haven't stuck it on yet because it's a pain in the ass to do in the engine bay. And I knew I'd have to find a belt, so it's easier just to do it right here. So ready to go. Just need to install some sensors next. Alright, these are most of the sensors I'm going to be running on the car. I am missing 3 Hall effect sensors, the cherry ones that I just don't have here. 2 are going to run on transmission, and 1 in the drive shaft. Well, not in the drive shaft. By the drive shaft for drive shaft speed. Anyways, got an AM map sensor, 5 bar, and a low dollar 5 bar map sensor. That's for EMAP. And I got a crank pressure sensor, 5 bar again. Then two pressure sensors, both 0 to 1600 psi. One for brake, one for nitrous. And then I got these Bosch combo sensors. Actually, all these are combo sensors. So this is pressure and temp. One's for oil, the other one's for fuel. This is, let's see what this one is. See if I remember. This is transmission, temp and pressure. That'll be going in. And then a coolant. Again, low dollar because I'm trying to save some dull hairs. So that's trans and temp, or sorry, coolant temp, trans temp. And we got a front shock sensor and a rear shock sensor. Once again, I only went with 1 each. So you can figure it out with that before I buy 4. Seems excessive. And I'm still running the SparkTech coils for now. I'll be going over to an IGN1A at some point just because to save money. And so once I do that, so the harness will have an adapter that can run either. And then I'm also going to run EGTs at some point, but not at the moment. So another thing, but it'll be pinned in. Also, a few other things that'll be pinned in for later use when I get more dull hairs saved up. So yeah, we'll go ahead and install a few of these. Alright, so you saw me install a couple sensors without any thread sealant, which I'm going to put in there. It's just those may need to be removed or repositioned, something like that, so I didn't want to seal them up just yet. These next couple ones, they're good, actually, to go. And use this liquid thread sealant. And yeah, so here's the EMAP. Got the canister and the line all ran. I actually already pre-tapped the manifold last year for this, so I wouldn't have to pull the intake manifold again. As you can see, I had to pull it again, whatever. And then we're going to put in the crank sensor. Just needed a little adapter, crank pressure sensor, I should say. So just had to grab like a little adapter, this 6 to 6 here to stick a sensor in. So easy installs there. Just need just a little. That seems like too much, but you get too much, you can always actually just wipe it off. That should do. I was gonna do the coolant sensor. It's actually gonna go right back here, but I just realized I ordered the wrong fitting, so pretty tight. That's right, that's easy to install with the engine in. So with that, just pop this intake manifold on, and I think we'll be good to maybe reinstall the engine. Here we go. Last sensor going in. It's gonna be the trans temp and pressure. Got the adapter in there. So put that in, we can put the engine in. Then once that's in, I'm gonna put this sensor block somewhere on the firewall. Not exactly sure. Gotta get the engine in first, but got the engine ready to go. We made a little adapter plate so we can use this motorcycle lift to try to lift the engine in. We're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully it works. We mocked it up on my buddy's car, so we'll see. Well, that didn't go as planned. So couldn't get the engine in. It's actually hitting on a few spots. It's really really close everywhere in here. I mean, that's what I had to cut for the trans, and actually down here it's hitting back here, and I don't know, all in this area. So everything's really tight in this engine bay. So using this jack, which surprisingly is pretty stable. Got the idea from my buddy Matt. And just to show you again, I mean, it's just, this side, it's just sitting on the foot. This side, we actually made a little bracket that bolts in to the bottom. And over here, bracket on the front. But I think the angle is wrong, which I kind of thought, because we actually mocked it up on my buddy's car over here. And he has a little bit different angle on the way his engine's in there. His is actually proper. Mine's a little tilted forward. And it was just something I did a long time ago. And to make it work with the drive shaft to correct it, it was too much work. So I think the angles were a little different than what we mocked up on the Magnum over here. So whatever. I'm gonna I grabbed a different puller, or a different hoist. Shit. So grabbed a different leveler, because I don't like using that one. The chains just kind of get in the way and end up tearing shit up. So grabbed a different one. It's going to be a couple days, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this video because it's been too long anyways. So to leave on a positive note though, The fuel cell is installed. Got the straps in. She's nice and secure. And got the lines finished up. Well, mostly. I just need some grommets. Don't look at that. We'll cover that. So these lines are in. Just need the vent lines. And then that's good to go. Well, good to go. I got to figure out the cover part. The fun part. So yeah, we'll go with that for this video, and hopefully I can bring you something a little bit sooner, since you know it was winter and I started getting lazy. So back on it and start hopefully getting into the wiring on the next one. So thanks for watching.